What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrench Avengers. Today, we're working on my 1989 Honda Civic wagon, also, or more betterly known as, the Panty Dropper. Though I gotta be honest, I don't think a woman has ever even complimented me on the car. And as a matter of fact, I think the only person that ever complimented me, I think the only person that has ever actually complimented me on the car was a guy who worked at the Burger King drive-thru. I know, right? So I guess with that, I probably ought to change the name of the car to maybe to the Boxer Dropper. Ugh. The Whopper Dropper, since the dude was a Burger King. The Panty Dryer. That one works, I guess. Man, why does everybody hate this car so much?
Hey, pop the hood.
Pop the hood?
Pop the hood.
Wrench Avengers.
No shit. And what did I tell you?
So today we're going to be working on a few things that have been annoying me on the car. First few things is like the heater that only works on 3 and 4 blower motor. The speakers that only work on the left side and sound absolutely awful. And then the main problem, which is the clutch pedal that is broken. So the other day I was driving the car, I was headed out to the shop, and I heard a popping noise when I pushed in on the clutch pedal. Got down there to investigate it, see what the issue was, and found that the clutch pedal had actually been welded before by what I can only assume was your dad in a hurry to go get cigarettes and never come back. This is a common problem of Civics and CRXs of this vintage. Basically, the crappy Japanese metal can't handle the constant flexing from a teenager's fat foot trying to jam the next gear on his way to disappoint his prom date. Well, in order to get the pedal assembly out, because on these models on the 89s, 88 to 91 probably, the clutch pedal is part of the gas and brake pedal assembly, unlike the newer models that the clutch is separate. In order to get that out, a lot of people say you got to pull the steering column and drop the steering column down. Makes it easier to get it out of there. So I figured if I'm going to be that deep into it, I'm just going to go ahead and take all the seats out and deep clean those, clean the carpet, just kind of deep clean the whole car. It's something I haven't really done. I haven't cleaned that car at all since I bought it. So I've just been stewing in 30 years of previous owners' filth and slime. So let's get into it. So now that the seats are out and the disgusting carpet has been cleaned, I can get back to my regular job of laying on my back. Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you
what all is going to get taken apart. Obviously we are laying upside down. Here's a steering wheel. Okay. Frame rate's weird with this light, but oh well. Underneath the steering wheel, we'll climb all the way back to see our pedals. You can see a little bit on that clutch, if I can get back in there. If you don't have a seizure while we're looking at this, you can see where somebody had tried to booger weld that thing together. I'm going to pull this whole assembly out in order to fix it more better than that, ideally anyway. So what I'm going to need to do is get up into here and get the gas pedal disconnected. I have to get the brake pedal disconnected. He's right there. Then, right. Then I'm gonna have to go and get the clutch disconnected, which he's way up at the top. I don't even know if I can get you to see it. Probably not. But yeah, I gotta get the clutch disconnected, and then I gotta get all those bolts that hold the assembly, like right there, on. But the steering column has to get dropped down. You can see I took the cover off of it. The steering column needs to drop down, so I'm going to take, I think, those bolts there, these bolts up here, probably those. And then I got to figure out what to do with this wiring. I don't know if I'm going to have to take this ignition wiring off, if I can just unplug it elsewhere. I know I got one plug over here that I can do, but yeah. So I'm gonna start hacking at that, get this steering column down. Actually, I'm gonna start by getting the pedals ready to come out. Maybe just held on with one nut or something, and then get the steering column dropped down, and then get those pedals out. So it'll be fun. Okay, so here it is. This thing came off the back. I don't know if that was supposed to be there. It was here. It'll probably go back on, but here you can see all these cracks. You can see the booger welds that whoever before me did it tried to fix the problems. I've got, yeah, on this side, this is on the gas pedal side, we've got a small crack there. I'll fix it. We'll have to try to fix these. And then there's one right here. But the worst of it is that guy right in there, if I can get an angle on that. That right there is the worst. I don't know how to fix that exactly. You can see how somebody else tried to fix it. Don't want my camera up like that, but we'll do some rotating in post. So I'm going to take this clutch pedal off and see what I can do with it from there. We're going to have to add some support. My theory on supporting is, after I've got all that fixed, is if I weld something from here to here, another piece going this way, which would just keep this from being able to spread apart. It would help kind of clamp these together. That's all I've got for ideas right now. I'll have to see what else I can figure out later. But yeah, so that's what we're here to fix for the most part, aside from just cleaning everything. But I'll be honest, that was a real bitch to get out of there, and I don't really ever want to do it again. So I intend to fix it as best I can. Ugh.
Okay, so here's a couple other pictures of the cracks and welds on the clutch pedal assembly. And this is an alternator bolt from a Civic that we ground down to fit the back side where the pin was all cracked off. Basically, this alternator bolt is the exact size of that pin, so I removed the pin entirely and replaced it with this bolt. The large square head gave us a lot to weld to. I also welded up all the cracks and added some support. The problem is I made your dad's welding look like a pro. If you squint really, really hard until your eyes are completely closed and you just picture some good welds, then mine looks okay. But other than that, it doesn't look good. But it should hold. Now that that's all done, I'll get the pedals back in so I can start cleaning, getting the radio taken care of, fixing the heater issue, getting the speakers in, that sort of thing.
maybe in a minute I'll let you know. You get the idea. Okay. I'm tired. That took way longer than I needed to, and I did a little more work than I wanted. But it's fine. Got the pedals back in. Oh, I don't like that. Got the pedals back in. The biggest pain in the ass was, which you probably won't be able to see up here. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. The heater vents, the heater tubes, were like a real pain in the ass, and there's a bolt that holds those pedals on up behind those, so they have to come off. Putting them back in was a bitch. But I actually took the heater out, the climate control, and the took the climate control and the radio out. I'm getting ready to do speakers and all that kind of stuff, so I wanted the radio out anyway, and I wanted to clean up that climate control and fix a couple of things. This is one of the dials that adjusts the how fast the fan goes, and sometimes it doesn't really register good, so I'm going to take it apart and clean it up a bit and see if that helps. And then down in here, that little plug down there should be our resistor for the fan speed. And I got a new one of those. I'm gonna swap out so that my 1 and 2 fan speed will work. And then outside of that, it's gonna be mostly just cleaning stuff. I need to vacuum again, which is fine. I'm gonna get stuff vacuumed up a little bit better, maybe a little bit under the carpet too, because there's gunk like everywhere. Get stuff cleaned up and start putting it back together. I might take this part of the dash apart, because I can't get to these little guys. Like, you can flip this up, kind of sticky. I just want to clean everything real good. Still got old previous owner slime all over everything. So yeah, just want to get things cleaned up and kind of keep things working good as I can. So door panels are probably going to come off, so I can get the speakers in there good. The new speakers I got don't really fit in there right, so I'm going to have to rig those up. The rear speakers, I'm going to have to rig those up a little bit too, but they'll be a lot easier. Get the head unit in there, and yep. So I'll keep hacking away. I don't know if there's anything special that I ought to show you. So I got the pedals in there, they're all hooked up, everything looks like it's going to work. I need to adjust the clutch, but I'm going to wait till I put my seat back in to do that. Yeah. I'll probably just catch back once I'm, either while I'm cleaning something, or I don't know. We'll get back to it. I'll meet back up with you here in a little bit.
Now that the pedals are in and the fan speed resistor has been replaced, I'm going to go ahead and get started trying to clean some of the stains off of these seats using a carpet cleaner. And I'll start to get the carpet cleaned, as well as doing some general cleanup stuff. As you can see, the back seats didn't clean up perfectly, but they cleaned up pretty well, and good enough for me because I'm just going to throw some seat covers over it anyway. I just wanted to have fresher seats underneath the covers, just because that's the way I am. The carpet cleaned up pretty well, aside from some love stains there in the driver's side. The video makes it look quite a bit better than it actually does, but it sure does smell clean in there. Some of you don't ever clean your door jambs, and it shows. I got some new Rockford Fosgate 6.5-inch speakers in the doors and in the back. All of that needed some work to make them fit, but it wasn't too bad. It's all in there now. With that, everything's done. All I gotta do is put the interior back in, throw some seat covers on, and it'll be finished. So, check it out. So there it is, all cleaned up. You may have noticed the chrome dildo shift knob that I have on there. That was in the glove box when I bought the car. I never really intended on using it. I just thought it was really funny, so I just threw it in there. It must not be ribbed for my pleasure, because to be honest, it's really not comfortable to drive with. So I'll for sure be switching back to my just regular aluminum ball. I think it came out looking pretty good. The seat covers, gave a little bit of color to break up the beige and brown. The heater now works on all speeds 1 through 4, though 3 and 4 still kind of get sticky and you can't, it doesn't work quite right. You got to kind of wiggle it a little bit to get them to work sometimes, but that's okay. It's already been like that. Doesn't really bother me that much, and I can just put it down on 1 or 2 and at least get something out of it. The new head unit and speakers sound decent. I'm not really an audiophile, so, I wouldn't know if it's really that bad, but some sound is better than no sound. The sub hits pretty hard, though not as hard as it did back whenever that sub was in my hatchback. I might just have it turned down more on the amp. I'll fiddle with it and get it better, but for now, it's pretty good. And lastly, the clutch seems to be working great. So hopefully those welds will last and the supports hold up. Their crappy welds lasted, a year or 2, however long I've owned the car. So hopefully my much crappier, larger amounts of welds will hold up longer. My wife and pretty much everybody else in my life hates this car, so I guess it just has to hold up long enough till my wife makes me get rid of it. Who am I kidding? I'm never going to get rid of this beast. Well, just want to thank you guys for checking out the video, seeing what I was getting done on the Panty Dropper. Still getting work done on Big Red, though it's moving very slowly for me. Don't want to promise when a next video will be out because I'm not really sure. Obviously, I'm not very consistent with this, but I make videos whenever I've got something to make a video for. So far with Big Red, I've been doing just kind of random stuff here and there. I'm kind of all over the place on it. So I've got a couple of things in the works that might make for a decent video. So I'll do some filming and get those out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully you're subscribed. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you disliked it. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching.